Guys, playback. There we go. My unit. Give me a second. Look, Strict Tango. What do you want? I'm in an ad break. I'm in a commercial right now. Can anybody hear me? Strict Tango. What's taking BC so long? I'm less than 10 minutes late. I'm doing an afternoon live stream for you guys. I got a ton of news stories. I'm going to be here at least an hour. I can't be 8 minutes late. Come on, Strick. Oh, man. Hold on, guys. I got to see if I got good playback here. Why am I not even... Check. Amplified man here. Hey, there everybody is. What up, unit? How you doing? We are live on what is this? Thursday afternoon, the 11th of January. I can't even believe we're power blazing through 2024. If you blink, if you snap your finger, it's going to be 2025. Don't do it. 50 on the ups. I just started. That's incredible. Let's get that to 100 plus. What's up, everybody? Yeah, sad day for the Patriots, man. Growing up in New England, I can tell you this, man. The Patriots, they are a big deal up there. And Bill Belichick, 24 years. That's the bulk of a lot of our lives, man. And that just came to an end. What's up, everybody? I see a lot of gold up in here. Dave Miele's up in here, man. Eric Leno. What up, Eric? Eric. That's extra shout-outs when I see gold. Colin. What up, Colin? What up, brother? What's up, Ben? What up, Ben? Mike, McAl, Richard, Juan, Paul the Ripper, what up? Sheriff. Strict Tango. Okay. Give me time the next time, motherfucker. Give me time. I'll take 20 minutes if I want. I go live when I want to go live. I say 256, I'm going to go 356. What up, Ray Straight? James Shrimp Fajita, what up? What up, dudes? We got a lot to talk about today. You guys ready for this? We're going to talk Charlotte Flair. Oh, the latest. BC, I tried to tell you this. Now it's making its rounds in the rumor mill and the dirt sheets. I told you this. Chris Jericho, yikes, man, that was rough. What happened on Wednesday night? That was rough. What AEW did is they just made a situation even worse. Address it or leave them off for a while. Tell them to go on a nice vacation, right? Time heals all wounds. But to do what AEW did last night, that was not the way to go. And now you just put the magnifying glass on it, and now it's just a mess. And Sammy Guevara, a bunch of shit from years ago, is now being resurfaced. That was not good. We'll talk about that as well. We'll talk Pat McAfee. He gives 0 Fs, man. He does not care. He's about to get fired from ESPN, and he don't care, brah. And I'm not even talking about the Aaron Rodgers thing. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about The Rock, a massive deal, guys. This is not appearance by appearance. Latest report is my report from my people, he already signed a massive multi-million-dollar deal. Wait till you hear how many appearances. You guys are going to be like, what? What? And you can't even player rate. I mean, this dude is basically cashing in on a bank. We're going to talk Gable Steveson. Unfortunately, he had a matchup on Friday night and a dark match after SmackDown, before or after. And unfortunately, not only did it not move the needle, but it was not good. I'll just leave it at that. We'll talk about it. Jinder Mahal, big news coming for Jinder Mahal after the 48 hours that this dude has just had. This is really big, and it's going to be music to his ears. The modern day Maharaja. You guys got good playback, man. That's good news. You guys got good playback, so if you don't mind, I got to listen to myself now, so I put in the earbuds. I appreciate that, guys. We have 70 on the ups already. Let's take that to 100. I know this was a half an hour of notice, but I didn't know I was going live earlier like I never do. But I do have at least, bare minimum, a full hour to talk pro wrestling with you guys. So I said, you know what? Why do a pre-record and the editing and all that? Let's just go live, man. I got the time. Let's rock. So, That's what we're going to do, man. Where do I want us to? First and foremost, there was some discussion, again, about Cody Rhodes and Rock and Roman in WrestleMania. Guys, this is going to be discussed to nauseum. Whether Rock and Roman is at Elimination Chamber or Rock and Roman is at WrestleMania, this is going to be discussed at nauseum. I want everybody to understand one thing, right? Every one of us are going to do an exercise right now, and I just wish every wrestling fan would do this. Put who you like and don't like more, right? Maybe you like Cody more than Rock. Maybe you like Rock more than Cody. Put that aside. Put who you would prefer aside, right? Who you think would be better at WrestleMania, right? I think Cody should finish his story. No way. The Rock story right now with Roman is way hotter than a year-old stale story of trying to finish your story that you've been trying to do for an entire year. Put that aside. What you would prefer, who you like more, put that all aside. What we're all going to do right now is we're going to talk what is better business for WWE. Okay? If we do that, there is a factual answer. I need you guys to understand this, man. There's nothing, I don't know how many ways I can tell you this. Some people just don't want to understand it. The best for business scenario is Rocky, Dwayne Johnson versus Roman Reigns, Joanna Y, at WrestleMania 40. I don't care if it's night 1, night 2, night 9, what? Night 15, what? Night 27, what? Night 56, what? Night 129, what? I don't care if it's for the World Championship, what? The Universal Championship, what? The FTW Championship, what? The Intercontinental Championship, what? The European Championship, what? The Tag Team Championships, what? The Divas Championship, what? The Women's Championship, what? The TBS Championship, what? The TNA Championship, what? The local bingo hall Danny Dipshit Dugenheimer World Classic Championship, what? I don't care if there's a title on the line. I don't care what night it's on. I don't care if it's a WrestleMania night 455 out of a 365-day calendar. Do the Steiner math. I don't care. It has to be at WrestleMania. It's business. And again, I say this, it absolutely could go at Elimination Chamber, especially with this portion of fans that just don't want to give up. This Cody needs to finish his story shit. And it could spook The Rock, and The Rock might say, you know what, I don't want to be booed again. I don't want to be the bad guy. I don't want to go to Philadelphia and be booed. They're going to turn on me. And The Rock, with his precious ego, might indeed just finalize it for Elimination Chamber. All reputable reports, all the dirt sheets, all the reports and rumors, everybody has this match at Mania. And that's where it should be. I like Cody Rhodes. I've said that 8,415 times on this channel. It's not better business. Do you realize The Rock just set new records for social media content? This last week with Jinder Mahal, they absolutely shattered records. Do you understand that? Do you understand he's one of the biggest box office attractions? And if he is headlining a Mania, it is basically a movie starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Roman Reigns. And WWE is the beneficiary. Do you understand that Opus Stadium in Perth, Australia, do you understand that that is a max capacity that WWE is filling at 55,000? They can seat more, but WWE is doing a 55,000 seat capacity. WWE WrestleMania 40, you can go well over 65,000 times 2 because it's 2 nights. You are hoping that you can generate between 130 to 140,000 fans in just 2 nights. 140,000! It is The Rock and Roman Reigns. I just don't understand what. Put the fandom aside. Most of us like Cody. I get it. You get it. He needed to finish the story at 39. Otherwise, the story will drag out. It's not long-term storytelling, folks. We like to be smart fans, right? Long-term storytelling, see? That's what I'm told. Like, I don't know what the fuck long-term storytelling is. Thanks for explaining it to me. So they want me to believe, they want us to believe that Cody Rhodes laying down next to a rubber chicken, then 3 months of a Brock Lesnar feud that never had a purpose or a reason, and then 70 matches with the Judgment Day, and then 2 months before WrestleMania, he crosses paths with Roman again, never mentioning him the whole year, but after 10 months, they somehow cross paths. Boom! Long-term storytelling, Beasley! And now I'm supposed to manufacture the same excitement I had for 39, right? I have to get myself into frame. Cody needs to finish the story. Man, I'm pumped. Charles, get over here. Dude, Cody's about to finish the story, bro. Make sure you get Mania. Billy, get over here, Billy. Billy, what the fuck, dude? Get out of there, man. What are you doing? That's not even your girlfriend. Get over here. Billy, Cody's finishing the story at 40, bro. No, I know he didn't do it at 39. It's because there wasn't enough struggle and adversity, bro. You have to think like a smart wrestling fan. He needed more struggle. He needed more adversity. What's that, Billy? What? No, I understand he really didn't have any more struggle and adversity. He just fought Brock and Judgment Day all year and never even talked about Roman. I understand, bro. What's that? No, I understand more struggle and adversity would be inside Hell in a Cell with half your body blue and purple and black. But fans didn't see it that way. They needed more. And so they needed to see Cody face Judgment Day all of 2023. And now those fans are happy. Now they're ready to see Cody win the title. So it's got to be this year, bro. What's that, Billy? You don't shut the fuck up. Billy, what do you want, bro? No, I understand, Billy, that The Rock is the bigger attraction and he's Mr. Hollywood. I understand he can bring more eyeballs. I understand it's Dwayne Johnson, The Rock versus Roman, the storyline of a lifetime. Who is the real head of the table? Who is the real tribal chief? Roman Reigns had Rock booed in Philadelphia years ago. Booed! The Rock was booed in Philadelphia because he held the hand of Roman. Long-term storytelling! Now, all these years later, we're back in Philadelphia, and The Rock has had enough of delusional Roman thinking he's the head of the table. But we can't have that for a Mania event, because we botched WrestleMania 39. We fucked up WrestleMania 39, didn't we? So now we're all in this fucking shithole! We're in this fucking shithole where we all have to fucking act like Cody Rhodes versus Roman is the bigger match. A match we've already fucking seen last year. I have never seen The Rock and Roman. Don't fucking deprive me of that on primetime. Don't make us all get up at 5 in the fucking morning to see one of the biggest matches of a lifetime. Cody's gotta finish the story. No, the story is fucking done. The story died when he was laying next to a rubber chicken. Do you fucking understand that? The story is fucking dead. If he ever has a match with Roman again, even if it's at WrestleMania, guess what? It is an entire new book. It's just fucking Harry Potter Part 2 now. It's a different movie. It's a different book. Do you understand that The Rock and Roman is the match of a fucking lifetime? It's bigger business. It doesn't matter if he wrestles every year. It doesn't matter if he's only wrestled 3 times in 30 years. We've been waiting for this match. We've been waiting for The Rock and Roman. There's a reason this guy came back after all these years, and he set records. Cody has been back for a couple years now. Cody cannot set those records. You're trying to say, well, BC, you say all the time you have to create larger-than-life stars. You can't do that if the part-timers are taking up spots. Cody has all of this year. Cody had all of last year to get himself in a position to be the next Rock or The Rock. He's not, and I like Cody. To think that Cody Rhodes is going to be the next Rock is fucking asinine and delusional. He should be the first ever Cody Rhodes. And you can do that without hindering Rock's match with Roman at Mania. If you are trying to sell me that if Cody doesn't finish his story at Mania, Cody is finished. I heard the same bullshit at 39. Cody can't win the title. You know why, BC? The fans are going to turn their backs on him. He's going to start getting booed, BC. I wouldn't give him the title. So now if he doesn't get it at 40, he's going to get booed too. To these fucking people, he's going to get booed no matter what. So you might as well just keep doing what Cody is doing. He'll be fucking fine. If you are asking a fan, which story is bigger, Cody Rhodes trying for a second time to finish his fucking story of collecting a fucking title that his dad could never get. It's a fun story. It is. And for 39, we were all captivated. You lost about half of us bare minimum. You just did. As a Cody supporter, I'm no longer into this story because it hasn't been a story for the whole year. They just went separate ways, and WWE was like, 2 months before, we'll have them cross paths, the fans will jump right back on board. No, I'm not going to do that. And many of us are not going to do that. You're trying to tell me that Cody is doomed if he doesn't get this match at Mania. No, he is not. In fact, give him the fucking title. But you wake up at 5 a.m. to watch Cody win the championship at Elimination Chamber. Don't make everybody else that wants to see the actual dream match of Rock and Roman, don't make them get up at 5 a.m. Why doesn't Cody win the fucking title at Elimination Chamber? Have Randy Orton RKO the motherfucker and set up WrestleMania. Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, bang, bang, boom. Here you go. Here's my entire fucking wallet. Take every fucking credit card. I'm on. So I get Rock, I get Roman. There's not even a title to be fought over. It's just Tribal Chief. Who's the head of the table? Love it. Cody and Randy Orton. You got CM Punk and Seth Rollins. This is fucking great. Add in a Sasha Banks, maybe an AJ Lee. Jade Cargill will be there. This is fucking epic. WrestleMania is banging and blanging and booming. But if you're trying to tell me that we all have to fucking get up at 5 a.m. to watch Rock and Roman at Elimination Chamber just so we can see the same fucking match we saw last year, Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns, just so that Cody Rhodes can erase the chicken rooster thing he was laying down next to and he can hoist up the fucking title. No, it's not better business. I hope you guys understand, man. It comes down to business. And a lot of times we don't like what they have to do for business, right? It sucks. It's like, damn, they're going for the big paycheck. We get it. But then there's those times where how do you do anything but? It is The Rock versus Roman. Do you guys understand that many people have been waiting years for this match? Years for this matchup. I'm no joke, man. BC's one of them. This is one of those. This is one of those matches that literally was sitting in their lap for years. It was just, when is The Rock going to do it? And you know, people are already turning their backs on The Rock. By the way, people are already turning their backs on The Rock. Oh, Rock's coming back there. He's going to take Cody's spot. Why does he have to do it now? Because he's the fucking Rock, and he's making movies, blockbusters, aside from some of the Baywatches and such. Other than that, he is a box office gem. Excuse him if he's got some other commitments that is actually putting pro wrestling on a whole nother landscape. No respect for the legends of yesterday. None. Everything is here's another part-timer, man. Undertaker just needs to call. You know what? You know what the truth is? I'd rather watch The Undertaker walk down the WrestleMania aisle for 10 fucking minutes. 10 minutes! 10 fucking minutes! And just drop a choke slam and a tombstone, and that would make me fucking happy. I'd be captivated by everything he does. But instead, we'll get some weird fucking undercard match. We'll see Dragon Lee versus Ricochet. Yeah! They deserve it, basically. They deserve their spot, man. It's Dragon Lee and Ricochet. They're going to flip. They're going to dive. They're going to go, wow. And we're going to say, this is awesome. This is awesome. But will we be captivated? No. We ain't gonna be fucking captivated, bro. We're gonna say all the cool things, the smart things that smart fans say, right? Dragon Lee's amazing! Because he's talented. And he is, by the way. Talented. Amazing? His promos put me to fuck to sleep. The only person that puts me to sleep faster is fucking Ricochet when they give him the stick. Good talents. They can't fucking speak if their lives depended on it. And pro wrestling is more than just your little flips and dives. Undertaker can walk through the curtain and captivate BC more than 90% of these wrestlers today because they all look the fuck the same. They all act the fuck the same. They all talk the fuck the same. They're all a fucking vacuum, right? You know what it's sucking up? It's sucking up charisma and personality. That's what wrestling lacks today. Charisma and personality. But nobody wants to say it anymore. We just say we love every wrestler because they're talented, right? Tyler Bate just showed up. Tyler Bate just showed up and tagged up with Butch, right? We all like P.D. Dunne, right? Don't ever say anything bad about P.D. It's P.D. Dunne. He's incredible. And then Tyler Bate, he's incredible, right? Ricochet, he's incredible. Dragon Lee, he's incredible. You guys catching a theme here? We can never say that these motherfuckers don't have charisma. We can never say they're not going to go to the next level because we don't give a fuck. What can you do on top of your little flips, your dives, and your cool sequences? What can you do? But instead, there's a portion of fans that say no to The Undertaker. Don't take the spot, man. How is Dragon Lee ever going to get over if he doesn't have the Mania spot? How about the rest of the fucking year, you make us captivated, so that then we all say, Dragon Lee's gotta be at Mania. Damn it to hell. Doofus son-in-law, put Dragon Lee in the Mania spot. Yeah, you're such a doofus, you son-in-law. Right? Make us care the rest of the year. Why does WrestleMania have to be the make or break? WrestleMania, right? Oh, but you see, these talents are gonna fall to the wayside if they don't get the Mania spot. So then people turn their backs on The Rock. They turn their backs on The Rock, right? It's already happening, right? It's gotta be Cody, your boss man. Cody has been trying to finish his story for 16 years now, Beasley. He's been trying to finish this damn story, man. He's laying down next to rubber chickens. He's eating Paul Levesque McMahon's BS stew. He's an American, basically. He's an American nightmare, and he's got to finish this story. Sorry, Rock. Hey, I got an idea, basically. What if you put The Rock at 5 a.m. in Australia? Could work, basically. On demand. They got on demand. You got on demand, basically? There you go, basically. You can get on demand, basically. You can watch it on a replay, basically, after you already heard the spoilers. Yes, that's exactly how we want to watch a fucking dream match. And I'm not talking about a stupid fucking dream match, too, like a fucking Orange Cassidy versus Vikingo. Or Tyler Bate versus Ali. I'm talking about a real, bona fide dream match. Like two actual larger-than-life motherfuckers. Like Rock and Roman. How do we even get... You know what? I got a whole list of stories that I want to talk about. A lot of news. And somehow... I spent the first 25 minutes nearly talking about this again, because people are not understanding. It's not about what we like in this scenario. You could rather see Cody. You could probably see Cody or want to see Cody. You could probably prefer Cody in the main event of Mania. Probably. It doesn't make it best business, man. And it doesn't exclude the fact or take away the fact that more than half the fans still would rather Rock Roman on primetime WrestleMania. It also gives it another month because this story needs to light up. This story is fun. It is the tribal chief, the head of the table on the line. Roman has been delusional for years, claiming that it is him when we all knew it was Dwayne, who's the real moneymaker of the family. And finally, The Rock has had enough. And it's in Philadelphia. You want your stupid long-term story to, well, there you go. We all remember when he hoisted Roman's hand up and got booed out of the place. This is Redemption 101. There are so many different outlets to this one story. And you want to blow it off in 1 month at 5 a.m. at a B-level pay-per-view that most people are going to have to catch out a replay. Are you really thinking that that's best for business? All so that the botch from last year can be rectified, and Cody will finish his story, hoist up the title, and we'll say, good night, everybody, from WrestleMania 40. Cody has finished his story. You gonna bust a nut over it? You're gonna go goo goo gaga? You're gonna call up all your friends? Cody finished it, Billy! Billy, he finished it, man! He finished it! Ma! Ma! Cody finished his story! Don't tell me to shut up, Ma! I'm just telling you what happened live at WrestleMania! We've been waiting for this for a year, Ma! Honestly, what are you gonna do when he does? This is what should have happened last year. You waited a fucking year. You claimed it's because he needed more struggle and adversity. He never had any this year. He never did. Brock broke his arm 3 times and then he gave him a giant hug at SummerSlam. Whoa! Adversity! You want struggle? He had to struggle against Judgment Day all year. Not really, though. He won 60 out of his 70 matches against Judgment Day. 60 plus. Why did we need to see anything that Cody did this year that we couldn't have already seen happen at 39 hoisting that title? No, nobody needed this. Nobody called for it. There was a portion of fans that just thought it was struggle and adversity. And here we are, man. Here we are. We're in a position. I can't believe how we're even having this conversation is boggling my dome piece. The fact that there is actually fans that think it is okay. That think it is okay to put Rock and Roman at 5 a.m. on a B-level elimination chamber. They think it's okay so that we can finish Cody's story. There is nobody's story bigger than Rock and Roman. And again, that's no longer a debate or an opinion. That's a factual statement. The numbers are in. Rock just came back and broke social media records. You guys understand how powerful that is in today's climate for WWE, right? It's massive. You guys understand the name value that The Rock does. Everything he does, everything he touches, winds up in People magazine, not just Sports Illustrated. Variety. On SportsCenter or on College Game Day, it doesn't matter. The Rock is everywhere. This is massive business. I hope that one day soon you can just put to bed this whole conversation. I get it if you'd rather see Cody. I get it if you would prefer Cody. Maybe you just don't like The Rock at all. You can't stand part-timers at all. You can't get the rubber chicken thing out of your dome piece. You really feel he's got to finish the story. I get it. But I hope now you understand what is best for business and what you would rather prefer because you like something is fucking different. I like Jinder Mahal. I know damn well Jinder Mahal should not be main eventing WrestleMania. Even if today, more Monday night, Jinder Mahal starts this storyline about how he needs to capture the title. Needs to. It was fucking Aunt Jebediah's dying wish. Sonny, you win that championship for good old Aunt Jebediah. I'll be watching from above, Sonny. You do it for me, Jinder. You hear me? Aunt Jebediah's dying wish. I don't care if it's Aunt Jebediah's dying wish. Jinder Mahal should not be winning the title at Mania. Not over The Rock and Roman, for damn sure. I just hope that clears that up. I don't know why we had to talk about that again, but there's still discussion about it. And I don't, people are not separating who they like and what they would prefer over business. And if anybody tries preaching to you something different, they don't understand the business side of it. This is not going to crush Cody. Cody was crushed at 39, by the way. Losing that match and laying down next to a rubber chicken. If you think winning all of the titles at WrestleMania 40, every fucking WWE title in one night is going to save Cody Rhodes, it ain't going to happen. The dude's already over anyway. The way they book Cody Rhodes is as this American hero face, kind of between Hulk Hogan and John Cena. He's patting babies on the head, shaking high fives and hands, and doing the shtick. Cody's going to be fine. Relax. He can win the title at Elimination Chamber. I'm sure he's fine. He can win it at SummerSlam. He'll be fine. He will be fine. But business is business. I just wish more people were smart about business. I gotta believe that the majority of those that wants Cody at Mania versus Roman, and they feel that Rock and Roman should be at Elimination Chamber, I gotta believe that they just don't understand business, right? I'm hoping that it's just a younger fan that just hasn't really had a lot of life experience with business. I'm hoping that's the case. Because Perth seats less individuals, first of all. So the number of ticket sales, they're aiming for, you guys can check this out yourself. They're aiming for 55,000 seat capacity. WrestleMania can go well over 60 on just one night. You times that by 2, and The Rock will bring in a lot of those asses, because there's still a shit ton of seats not fucking paid for WrestleMania, by the way. You're talking about 140,000. 65 to 70, 130 to $140,000 over 2 nights. Business 101. The pay-per-view buys, forget about it. If you think for one fucking second, listen to this, because I'll go over these numbers. Trust me, I'll come with these facts. If you think for 1 second that the Elimination Chamber with Rock or Roman at 5 o'clock in the morning for a lot of people, 3 a.m. for others, 6 a.m., 7 a.m., wherever you are, it's going to be early in the morning. If you think that's better business than primetime WrestleMania, the name value of Mania alone, I don't know. There's nothing else I could possibly say to you then. It's a delusional way of thinking, and you just have to smarten up the business. There's nothing else I can tell you, man. Now, can I piggyback that? Of course I can. It's my channel. I'll piggyback that off The Rock's new deal, man. Because The Rock has signed a massive deal. So we don't know what they actually have. Could you imagine if they go 3 matches with Roman, right? Elimination Chamber is 1, maybe Mania, and then they wrap it up at some... Who the fuck knows? But you would only have 5 appearances to do it. Good luck selling 3 matches with just 2 Monday Night Raws or SmackDowns. Because this new deal with The Rock... multi-million dollars it is being reported. Multi-million. And this is the kicker. Hold on. I know that doesn't sound that shocking. Well, it's The Rock. Of course he got multi-million. Guys, he is supposed to have a scheduled appearance pinpointed at around 5 appearances. Multi-million for 5. Now, you got to believe it's, what is more? Is it 2? Is it 3? Is he getting 4 million? Man, if he gets 5 million for 5 appearances, that's $1 million an appearance. I don't see how that's possible, but it's WWE. Of course, Nick Khan could have allowed it. But if you go 5 appearances and you go 2 to 3 million, well, that's basically Charlotte Flair, Roman Reigns money. So I guess in that aspect, it's not too out of the box. Roman Reigns has only appeared 11 times in 2023. I think a few of those times were actually house events, correct? So he was only on TV a handful of times. So in 2023, even if you include the house shows, 11 for Roman. If The Rock has about 5, we don't know the exact pinpoint, by the way. It could be 6, it could be 3. But if he has 5 appearances and say 2.5 to 3 million, then he's basically on the same Roman deal, just with half the dates. Hopefully that makes sense. So you have The Rock with so that would set up, so that would go in line with Mania, right? If he's got around 5 appearances, Mania is going to be one of them. They might have already included Raw. Before Raw, he had already signed this deal, is from what I'm being told. So that's included, guys. If you think you're getting another appearance, ain't going to happen. You're going to have to shell out a lot more money. The Raw appearance is included. Mania or Elimination Chamber, wherever he's going to have this match, is number 2. That only leaves about 2 to 3 appearances tops. And this guy's going to walk away with, I'm guessing, 2.5 to 3 million bare minimum. Again, that's speculation. We don't have the exact number. We just know multi-million for a pinpointed 5 appearance in terms of date setup. So, if you include Raw, you include Mania or Chamber, wherever the fuck they're going to put this match, you have a couple of more Rock appearances. It's gotta be Mania. The Rock just put out a statement, man. He put up on his IG or one of those social media platforms, he put up this vid of his Raw appearance, and he literally says in the vid, he says, we're just getting started. He says, we're about to do things never done before. Never done before. So they're giving him a ton of money because they're going to do something never done before. They have big plans. And Rock said he didn't want to rush the Roman match because he wanted to do something much bigger with Nick Khan. Well, here we go. This is why the dude's getting bare minimum $3 million. Now, I would be shocked if he gets $5 million, by the way. It could be. He could be getting $5 million. I mean, this is massive. This was a long time coming. This deal took a long time to finalize. Nick Khan was always going to give him whatever he wanted. That's his good buddy. And this is going to be mega business. But what could be never done before? Some people are saying, see, it's got to be Australia, BC. He's going to go over to another country at 5 a.m. and he's going to rock a good pay-per-view buy. Okay? All right. If that's what this never before, if that's what you're paying this dude, $2.5 to $3 million bare minimum, then all right. Let's see where it goes. But he's obviously, Ivana, he's hinting at something big. Yeah, they've had something big. When he was on College Game Day, he told everybody he waited for this. He waited for this because he wanted to do this much bigger. He wanted to, and now he's saying he's going to do something. So he's already confirmed that he's back with WWE. That was not a one-off, right? He already said that in his post early this morning. He said, we're going to do, now the fun starts. Now we do something never done before. Now we make history. That is a quote. Now we make history. So you got to believe that's trying to be the biggest box office WrestleMania of all time. So The Rock, knowing the way that he thinks, you got to believe that he is thinking, I want to go down with the biggest WrestleMania box office of all time. And this was the one that would do that. Rock and Roman would do that. And he's got the XFL, USFL merger that starts the week after WrestleMania. That is The Rock's baby right there. He just merged the two leagues, the Spring Football League. I didn't even think of that, man. That's a week after WrestleMania. So what is better promotion? With all the eyeballs at WrestleMania, what is better promotion than Vincent Kennedy McMahon's baby, XFL, which is now owned by The Rock, which merged with USFL, that now debuts a week after Mania. Vincent Kennedy McMahon, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, XFL is a week later. Oh, I'm putting the dots together even more live with my amplified unit, man. On the middle of a Thursday afternoon, we're starting to connect the dots a little bit more. Because if you put this at the Chamber, it doesn't sound like that would be it. 5 dates, you got to believe that was the pinpointed date that we don't have the confirmation. We don't know if it's 6 or 3, but 5 dates. It's supposed to be no more than that, but it could be. You never know with The Rock and what Nick Khan want to adjust. But if it is, let's just say it's 5 appearances. He already did the Raw one. If he does the Elimination Chamber and maybe he does like one more SmackDown, that would leave about 2 appearances, right? So would that still extend something to WrestleMania? It doesn't sound like this would just be for Elimination Chamber. The Rock says, and I quote, now we make history and we do things never done before. Now the fun begins. I don't know, man. We can run in circles with this conversation, but that is the latest guy. I know a lot of people are thinking The Rock is on basically a performance by performance basis, pay-wise. Date by date, and they're just going to pay him by appearance, see what his schedule is like. No, he signed a massive multi-year deal for roughly 5 appearances. Roughly. Maybe it is exactly 5. And you got to believe that's at least $2.5 to $3 million, because that would put him at Charlotte Flair, Roman Reigns type money. And again, Roman only did 11 dates in 2023. So it's not that far off. So I guess they see that value and then they decided it's a risk. Again, it could be 4 or 5. It will not be more than 5. I don't see how that's even possible to give this guy $1 million every appearance. That's a little extreme and that's bad business. I'll tell you right now, that is bad business if you were to give this guy $1 million. And I'm supporting The Rock versus Roman heavy. But that's stupid. But it could be 4 or even up to 5. We don't know. Anyway, I'm always interested in the money concept, the numbers, the metrics. You guys know that if you're a faithful watcher or listener of this channel. So that's why I like to spend a lot more time on numbers. But we'll see. I'm definitely going to find out much more about this, man. Now, I don't know how much would actually be disclosed, but it's interesting. And it tells us a lot about The Rock and what's to come, man. He's got a few appearances for sure still. I don't know if that's just one pay-per-view unless it's WrestleMania. Then that would make more sense. A few appearances still before Mania. Couple, 2, 3. Interesting. We'll obviously come back to this subject as well. We're going to go to, because I know there's some super chats that came in. And so we're going to revisit this. We'll talk a lot more in depth at the tail end of this live stream. I want to welcome you guys as well, man. I know that was about 41 minutes, and I still have a lot I want to talk about, guys. The Chris Jericho incident from Wednesday Night Dynamite. I want to talk Brock Lesnar possibly double dipping Mania week. I want to talk Jinder Mahal, Gable Steveson, a rough night on Friday for Gable. Charlotte Flair. Oh, wait till you hear this. Still a lot more I want to talk about. The headliner for the Hall of Fame 2024 looks to about to be announced. But I want to welcome in JR9 is up in here. What up, JR9? Good to see you up in here, brother. Scott McMinn, 41-minute rant. Pretty much, dude. I don't know. That wasn't how we were supposed to start, but we had a lot of fun nevertheless. You know, this is for pro wrestling talk, you know, this is the place to be, man. We always have a ton of fun. We always entertain, hopefully. That's the biggest thing, right? Make sure you guys are at least entertained, but with truthful knowledge, right? Being dropped, like facts, not just wacky discussion for the sake of entertainment. I hope you guys always know that this is coming from an honest place, man. Rock and Roman is big business, and I just wish that more people understood that, but nobody wants to. Kevin Johnson, Sabres News Consolidated. What up, brother? James Miller, Melissa, Johnny Thunder, Superior Tech, Richard Lee. What up, everybody? So, let me, and I know, again, guys, supers, everybody will get that shout out. I will make sure I get to all the supers at the end of this live stream. I assure you of that. Let's go Charlotte Flair real quick. This will be a quick one. Charlotte Flair, you guys see the latest reports. It's what I already told you over a week ago. Now you even have Melty Boy and all them reporting that Charlotte Flair is more than likely coming back way sooner than originally reported. Well, who already called that last week? That would be BC. But this is no pat on the back. Truth be told, in a follow-up, it was literally that evening, she was basically telling a lot of people that she would hope to pull the Aaron Rodgers Hail Mary. And she was even talking about WrestleMania. There's no way she can have a match, but don't be surprised if she's in that ring doing something with her injury. She really wants that goal. But I told you guys, it looks like she is trying to come back way sooner. And now a lot of outlets, even Melty Boy, they're all now picking up on the story. So I say I don't give myself a pat on the back because apparently she was telling a lot of people. It wasn't some big secret. I was just the first person in the community to break that news to you guys. The very first. So I thought more people would pick up on it within like 48 hours. It took them a week. This is like the Vince McMahon story when I broke the news in the wrestling world that Vince was backstage. I think that was Boston. And it took hours, and people were finally like, Vince is backstage. Well, that's why you got to listen to BC. That's why I tell you, man. But, yeah, Charlotte Flair does want to come back way sooner. So, anyway, that is not just a report or a rumor. She is absolutely trying to kind of break the mold. We'll see if she can do it, man. We wish her the best. We always say speedy recovery, but not too speedy. We want you to do good, man. Be better. Do better, right? Get stronger. We don't want you to come back too soon and then you blow your other leg out from overcompensation. It happens all the time in sports. Next up, Chris Jericho. Ooh, this is a rough one, guys. Chris Jericho's been having a little bit of a rough week, right? It started with the who was the there was a lady that said that Jericho, I don't know, did Jericho fiddle with her Fozzy or something? I don't know. He tried to sing Judas in her ear or something. I don't know. Kylie Ray, thank you. So apparently, I don't even know the whole story, nor do I care. But Kylie Ray, I guess. I should say, if Jericho actually did whatever, then we should care. But this is one of those stories you kind of just go, oh shit. Hopefully AEW knows what they're doing. Jericho, yeah, Kylie Ray. Yeah, thank you guys. So Kylie said that Jericho did something. I don't even know what it is. Maybe you guys keep it a little bit PG in the chat, or else the tube will kick off the wording and the comment won't even show. That's what they do. So if anybody has a non-rated R way to say whatever Kylie is claiming, Jericho is now catching a lot of heat from that. He's getting a lot of boos. World's End event, he was catching a lot of heat, a lot of boos. So, JR9, it was a reporter that started the allegations, Nick Hausman, I believe. Okay, and Jericho is denying it, JR9? Is that what's happening? Supposedly made moves on her in 2020 in a private meeting. Okay. Jericho used his position of power, and Jericho is totally, has he said anything about it? Don't worry, guys. I'm not going to spend a long time on this because this is one of those he said, she said things, and it's never going to be, it's good luck trying to prove that. It's always a tricky conversation. So I'm not going to drag Jericho for sure for something we don't even know anything about, but Jericho hasn't said anything yet. Okay, so I don't know. So and that's what I mean when I say, listen, until like facts and things like that come, that's something different. But the point is, he's catching a lot of heat and a lot of boos. So Wednesday night, this dude, and you guys can set it up. I did not catch Dynamite. This is just all over the reports right now. Apparently, Jericho came down to Judas. Usually his music will stop even in run-ins, and everybody will sing along and give the crowd a chance to cheer Jericho. They kept the music playing. They just kept Judas on a nonstop loop. And of course, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to understand what they were doing, right? It's a production trick. You keep the music on full blast, you drown out your audience. It's an old Vince McMahon, Kevin Dunn, Paul Levesque McMahon trick. Levesque McMahon still does these little production tricks, guys. You got to look for him, listen for him. He does them, trust me. Austin Theory is still gets piped in boos to this very day. But that's another story. It's an old production trick. You jack up the music, you drown out. You can even manufacture crowd noise with the music. So what they did is they had him come out there and they just played the music on the loop, and they didn't even give the chance, or the crowd the chance, to just be or give an original reaction. And that's where you kind of fuck up. You should just let them do what they're going to do, let it out, let them get it out of their system, or address it one way or the other, or just go on a vacation. Just go on vacation. Let time heal all wounds. Let the truth cipher through, and then you come back. But you can't possibly go on like this and just keep going, showing up with your... Are you going to have your match? In a few weeks, the tag match, is that going to be with the music playing nonstop? Is Judas going to play through this tag match with Sammy Guevara? Like, I know we're joking, we're having a laugh, but I'm serious. At some point, the music will have to stop, and you're going to have to give them the chance to boo. Did anybody catch it last night live? Did anybody catch Jericho coming down to the ring for the save and the music playing on that loop? Was it as bad as it was reported? I'll let you guys just, because I didn't, you know what? 42 fucking minutes later. I forgot I had a coffee freshly brewed. Fresh fucking coffee. Don't worry, it's still hot. The amped up Monster 5000. It boils everything at 5,000 degrees Fahrenheit. I did, BC. It was bad, says Derek Fleming Jr. Drama King. Yes, it was bad. JJ Bulldog. Yes, it was bad. I did, Juan. James Shrimp Fajitas. Yes, it was terrible, says James Shrimp Fajitas. Oh, man. Yeah, it didn't sound good, man. You know what it does, though, guys? It is unfortunate. I know they were trying to hide it, but what you're just going to do is make people ask more and just kind of dwell on it more. So I really feel that AEW just made it worse. Maybe it was best if Jericho just does not show up to that event, is not in this tag match, go on a long vacation. He doesn't need the money, and Tony Khan's going to pay him anyway. So, yeah, JR9 Gaming, it just makes the situation 100 times. Yeah, I just don't know why they were. By the way, guys, $150 on the ups. That was just on the 41-minute rant beforehand, I'm guessing. So I appreciate that, man. Let's go to 200, if you don't mind, on a Thursday afternoon, on a half an hour of notice that we were going live. Let's take that to 200. I appreciate it. But yeah, I just feel that it just makes it more of a problem. The more you mask it, the more people speculate, Ivana. Exactly. Just come right out and say it, or just go on a vacation. Do one of the two. Do not show up and just have your music drown out the audience. WWE took flack for that for years. And Tony Khan's AEW is doing the same thing. You can't do that. I don't even care if it's for Jericho. So hopefully they've learned their lesson, man. That was hard to read. Early this morning, I was like, they did not do that. They did not do that. And then I saw another report come in, another report. I was like, yeah, they did. Hey, salute to every single one of you guys, man. My unit, thank you for the first hour. I'm going to stick with you guys even longer if you don't mind. I have a lot more to talk about, and I'm kind of on a roll right now. I had about 7 coffees before this one, and I'm about to down this one with you guys. So let me get a big swig. We're going to go into... where do you guys want to go? Jinder Mahal, Pat McAfee giving no... We'll start with Brock Lesnar, man. Double dip in WrestleMania weekend. Is it possible? I'll tell you exactly what I mean in a second. Still hot. I knew it. My amped up Monster 5000 rocks. All right, guys. So, Brock Lesnar, he is scheduled to return at the Rumble. Oh, don't throw the stones at the screen. Don't blame the messenger. All right, Brock is scheduled for Rumble. Do you guys want to know what I'm hearing or no? Usually I don't like to talk straight speculation. I only tell you guys a story when I know there's validity to it. It could always go a different way. I could end up being wrong, like the CM Punk thing and other things, no question. But I at least tell you because it goes from rumor to speculation to validity. But I am hearing something with Brock. You guys want me to do it or no? If it actually happens, don't blame BC for putting it in the atmosphere, the stratosphere. I'm hearing it. I'm not saying this is a good idea. I'm just saying this is what's being talked about at the Performance Center. All right. Don't blame me, man, if this happens. But this is what's actually being talked about in the walls. All right. And this is not the story. I have something totally different with Brock. But I'll tell you my little thing. All right. I shouldn't be doing this, but I'm going to tell you. This is what's most likely going to happen. At least as of now. There's still a couple weeks before Rumble. They could do anything. But Brock Lesnar is supposed to take out all of the faces in the Fatal 4-Way. He is supposed to take out LA Knight, out AJ Styles, and out Randy Orton. It will not be the bloodline saving Roman's ass. So then it sets up who for WrestleMania? Brock in LA, Brock and AJ, or Brock and Randy? I don't have those answers. But Brock Lesnar is coming back to take everybody out in a fit of rage. Roman is going to be like, what? What is happening? And Paul Heyman is going to have a giant smile on his face. That's the story. It's a story. But I mean, these people know a lot more and they hear a lot more than BC. I'm just telling you what I'm hearing, guys. I don't think Brock and Gunther, because Gunther would have to lose his title at Mania, guys. Gunther's been a champion for so long. We're a few months away from Mania. As much as I would love Brock and Gunther, Gunther has to go into Mania with the title, and only then should Gunther lose the title, and then you put a rocket on him for a top heel main eventers. So Gunther drops it at Mania, big time match, and then he moves on to the main roster, guys. That's the way to do that. Brock doesn't need a title, guys. And if you don't do that, then you're telling me Gunther has to lose the title before Mania. What, 5 a.m. at Elimination Chamber? I guess you could do that, but yeah, Brock and Gunther for sure. I just don't know how you would do that because Brock doesn't need the title. So I guess they just want to go high profile. Brock, AJ, Brock, Randy. There's history with Brock and Randy, man. I ain't gonna lie and say that wouldn't be a crazy matchup. But I guess the story would have to be Paul Heyman is up to something with Brock, right? Because Brock can't go for Roman, and no matter how long he's been waiting, Roman is just not losing the title. You could do something really cool with Brock and Rock, who always wanted to do something. Wait a second, wonder if that's what Rock means too. Maybe he isn't just coming back for Roman. Well, then you better have more like 6 or 7 dates if you're going to do 2 different feuds. I don't know, man. I guess it's good to have these conversations, man. At least makes it fun. Anyway, guys, that's what we're hearing. That's the story that's going around. Now, here's the actual news. Brock Lesnar will be at Mania. Whether you like that or not, it's happening. Okay, that much is pretty much confirmed. But also, this is wild, and I'm not saying that I am like a Clorox wipe 99.99% saying that I'm on team UFC 300 for Lesnar. But there is talk. It started as speculation because a couple of jabronis were just talking about how cool it would be. And then there became real talk of Brock Lesnar competing at 300 UFC, which is right around WrestleMania. Could you imagine if Brock Lesnar double dipped, did the Mania match, and then clocked in to get $4 million more at 300 UFC? Brock Lesnar could technically make about $5 million in 1 week. Now, I'm not saying that happened, man. You got to get in such good shape, and we're hearing that that's what he's doing. I mean, he's been gone since SummerSlam, August, late July, whatever it was, July, August. Man, that would be wild. But that is taking on a life of its own, so. Yeah, 40, who's that? John 10, 46 years old, man, yeah. 46, but Brock's all about the payday. I mean, you could easily throw a jabroni in there. It's 300. They really want to stack the card. They really don't have the main event set at 300 either, if you guys noticed. So you put in some freaking jabroni, whether Brock wins or loses, he don't give a fuck. Get your $3.5 million and bolt. You just made $1 million plus at Mania. You're clocking out at $5 million. You go home to Sable, and that's right, you're banging out Sable? Life is pretty good for Brock Lesnar. July 30th was SummerSlam, yeah. Yeah, James Miller, can't hate on that for sure, bro. Anyway, it's possible that Lesnar is going to be double dipping, but either way, Lesnar is going to have a big financial WrestleMania. He's coming back at the Rumble. I hope they don't have him be like if he's a special entrant, how do you say that Brock gets eliminated? That's the problem with that. Brock being eliminated is just not realistic, man. What was that Rumble? It was a couple years ago. Remember he eliminated like 12 people, something like that, and then somebody came in and took him right over the top. I'm like, whoa, what? Brock had everybody in his corner. Who was the one that eliminated Brock after Brock took out like 12 dudes? Was it Drew McIntyre? Oh, okay, it was Drew. Drew McIntyre, yeah. Yeah, the Gunther-Brock match is going to be massive, man. But I just don't feel that Gunther should have an IC title. It makes Brock look like a mid-carder, and that should be when Gunther is a main eventer. Because Gunther isn't yet. You guys know that, right? Look at all of Gunther's matches, right? They're all mid-carders. Miz, Chad Gable, love the dudes. But Gunther has only had mid-card matches because he has a mid-card title. Gunther hasn't really had those Cody Rhodes big-time matches on TV or pay-per-view. He hasn't had those Randy Orton matches. Seth Rollins, right? I don't think Rollins and Gunther have ever faced each other, right? I don't think so. My point is, when you get Brock and Gunther, he does not need that IC title. That needs to be off of him. That set up Drew's title victory at Mania, Scott. Yep. Yeah, so anyway, guys, I got more stories to go over, but that's some Brock Lesnar news for you. Headliner! Let's go to the Hall of Fame news, guys. The headliner for this year is supposed to be, drum roll, Batista! I walk alone! There was a while where we were saying, no, Batista now turned it down. The Hollywood strike is over and he's going back to his movies. And then all of a sudden it was on again. Paul Levesque McMahon will have complete control of the Hall of Fame. He is actively trying to secure Batista. Don't be shocked if he is the first name and the headliner for 2024. He tried this years ago, guys. He tried this years ago. Remember, he left a statement saying, guys, I have projects right now. I'm going to wait at a better time where I can properly acknowledge all of the fans and do this the right way. Well, Philadelphia 40, you got fucking Levesque McMahon in complete control of the thing. Let's do this. Hey, I want to... Now, I have a... Maybe it's not a hot take. But there is. I've had discussions where I think it's better to wait. I don't think so. How do you guys feel? Because I am all for abso-fucking-lutely do it now. Some people are saying wait a little bit. Bray fucking Wyatt. I say put him in right now. Don't wait. This is a legend personified. This is one of those statements where you say, like, this is what this dude meant to all of us. He is an instant Hall of Famer. We don't need to contemplate this for a year. We don't need to sit on this for a year. What do you guys think about Bray Wyatt? Hall of Fame instantly. Why would you wait 5 years or 2 years? I'm not understanding anyway. But maybe let me know. You guys sound off in the chat, man. If you don't mind, I'm going to get a sip of coffee and see if you guys would like Bray Wyatt this year. Jer9, Scott, JJ, Tony, Johnny Thunder, Eric, yes. James Shifter, absolutely. Bray is a perfect candidate. Plus, he has in Philadelphia. It was there with my dad. It was crazy good. Ivana, Strict Tango, yes. Bray and Brody, Scott McMahon. That would be Diesel, bro. Not Kevin Nash, just Diesel. That would be epic. How's that? Yes. Ty Mellon. Hell yeah, Eddie Brash. Bray should be in there, Melissa. Yeah. I'm with every single one of you guys, actually, man. Yeah, I say that. Guys, I've had discussion. You know, Bray is my favorite dude. You guys know that. Sasha Banks, Bray Wyatt. The channel was kind of founded on those two individuals. I started this channel at a time where those were just the ones that were captivating me. But I've had conversations where some people are like, just let it sit a little bit, BC. You know, it's a... You know, everybody's still trying to mourn it, and it's a little too early to bring all that emotion. I'm like, no, it's the perfect time, man. This is Mania. Bray would be a big point of Mania. Bray Wyatt, man, to honor this dude in the best way possible, and that's a statement. We're not going to wait a fucking year. We don't need to wait a month, a week more. It's time now. This guy is an instant Hall of Famer, and he should always be discussed as such. But I respect how people feel about it. That's why I asked you guys. If anybody says no, let's wait. You ain't wrong, bro. It's not a right or wrong. It's just, I just don't see why waiting on Bray would be a big thing, man. Who else, man? You know what I would do? All right, I'm going to give you guys my 5 Hall of Famers for this year. You ready? It just came top of my dome piece. It's not on my notes, but if you don't mind, this will only take a minute. Relax. So we have Bray Wyatt, Batista, because I do feel Batista is the perfect headliner anyway, so I'm good with that report. Batista, Bray Wyatt. I'm going to round out my next 3. Ready? For ladies, I want to see Mickie James in there, because I don't think WWE is going to give her another run. It's possible because Nick Aldis is now a GM in WWE, but Mickie James should be in there. I would say Gail Kim, but she literally pissed off everybody when she left. And that sucks, because I fucking love Gail Kim. But she literally eliminated herself from a battle royal and said, "Peace, Vince, fuck off." So I don't know if they're going to put Gail in there. Somebody said AJ Lee. Who is that? Mikey. AJ Lee, I hope is nowhere near done, though. I don't like putting them in there when they're still active. I hated seeing Rey Mysterio in there too early last year. I couldn't stand it. It's not that he's not deserving, guys. Of course he's a Hall of Famer. But to do that because of a storyline, I mean, Rey Mysterio, back from injury when he does, he's still very much active, guys. In fact, he said this year isn't his last year. He already admitted that. This year is not his last. So last year wasn't. So why are we putting Rey Mysterio in a Hall of Fame 3 years early? I hate that, guys. I can't stand it. So if AJ Lee is coming back for the Royal Rumble, if AJ Lee has a Mania match, we can wait on AJ a little bit. Let's just be happy she's back wrestling. But it's possible. It's always possible. China for sure. I actually made uploads on the China thing. The China thing is a disgrace. She went in there, I think, with the DX, correct, guys? But Levesque McMahon just will not do the... Yeah, that's a whole nother... Yeah, the China thing just that's upsetting too. But Mickie James is a safe bet. You could easily get her, I don't know, her attachment to a TNA or anything. They would absolutely let her run over. For a tag team, Demolition. And for some reason, Vince McMahon and them have such heat with one another. Demolition was part of a little bit of a lawsuit, I guess, but were willing to drop it. But Vince was a hard ass, and then Demolition doubled down. Axe, Smash, and Crush, they were a trio at one point. But some people are upset with Demolition because they called them a bootleg Road Warriors, who would later go on to become the Legion of Doom in WWF. Animal, Hawk, Paul Ellering, who happens to be, Paul is now the manager of Karrion Kross, AOP with Scarlett Bordeaux. Final Testament, we believe their name is. So Paul is actually back. But a lot of people think that Demolition was just a knockoff. You don't understand how big, how epic Demolition was, how crucial they were to so many storylines, and to how many tag teams benefited by being in the ring with Demolition. They would come through the curtain and kids would be like, oh shit. Adults would be like whipping out the camera, and back then it wasn't a simple cell phone. These are some big mofos. But you had to get Demolition, man. They were a sight to see. And in the ring, they were just badasses. To have them not in the Hall of Fame just doesn't seem right. I would put Demolition in there. For sure. And then lastly, so what do we got? Batista, Bray Wyatt, Mickie James, Demolition. If we're doing a celebrity wing, Regis Philbin. I don't know why the fuck Regis is not in there. A lot of you guys don't even know who that is. But this guy gave so many WWF wrestlers the stage on mornings, 9 a.m., 8 a.m., whenever it was on. Wrestlers were able to go on there like once every 2 weeks, and it really put eyeballs on the product. And Regis would get into it. Regis was an older guy, and he'd be wrestling with them, cutting promos with them. And Regis is still not in the Hall of Fame. I don't understand why. My fifth straight up one is going to have to be, I'm going to have to go with, I got to go China. I'm taking out my original fifth. You guys are right, man. We can't do that. It is absolutely obnoxious that a lot of individuals are in that Hall of Fame and not China. So Paul Levesque McMahon will have to get his head out of his own ass and put her where she rightfully belongs, not with the group, just her. Doggo, no doubt. Jim Johnson, for those of you that don't know, he made all the awesome epic music for all these WWF stars back in the day. Jim Johnson music is what captivated every single one of us. Before the Ultimate Warrior even came through that curtain, you were on your feet electrified. The Ultimate Warrior! And then Warrior comes down at 175 miles an hour to that guitar fucking riff by Jim Johnson. Oh, he was the best, bro. Absolute best. So yeah, I don't know how he's not either. And he should have a job back. You know what? I got a hot take for you. I don't give a fuck if it's 2024. You know what I'm doing? If I'm running WWE in any capacity, they hired me to just make it fucking better. How's that? BC, your job is to just make this even better. Cool. You know what I'm doing? I'm bringing back Jim Johnson to do theme songs. I don't give a fuck. I don't need any of the new cool ways to do business. I don't need the latest DJ or the latest cool hipster from LA or New York. Just give me Jim Johnson, because what he did, he's had interviews with this. He would take the individual, Vince would give him the character, the psychology behind it, everything. He would take the character, look at the character. He would have conversations with the individual, and he would make the music to literally go with your identity, go with your character, go with your persona, go with you. That's why all these wrestlers, their music went with them. Even fucking Big Van Vader. You remember Vader? And it went with his footsteps. Sid Justice was the best. Remember Sid Vicious? He was Sid Justice after he left WCW, NWA, went over to WWF. Sid Justice, absolute one of the best. It literally went lock and step with him. And it just fucking, and this guy's walking like a badass. And Jim Johnson's fucking riffs are blaring through the fucking Hoosier Dome. And BC's feeling all of it, bro. Who the fuck got me talking about Jim Johnson? That guy rules! Oh, man. Even Ahmed Johnson had a cool... Remember Ahmed Johnson? That's probably a name. A lot of you guys don't even know who that is. He was only around for like maybe a year. This guy had the look. Ahmed Johnson was going to be the next mega thing. Ahmed Johnson just didn't have the maturity, I guess. And there was a lot of backstage riffraff. And he had problems with Farouk and so many others. And before you know it, Ahmed Johnson was out. Anyway, we're getting a little off base here, guys. That's my Hall of Fame picks. I don't know what got us on that subject. Oh, yeah, Batista is still the likely headliner for this year. And then we went on a 20-something minute side rant. Where do you guys want to go now? Pat McAfee. This guy gives zero. He's about to be fired from ESPN. You guys know that, right? And it has nothing to do with Aaron Rodgers. Check this out. So you guys know when Pat McAfee went to ESPN, he had all these things in the contract. I'm not doing it unless I can do X, Y, and Z. For instance, he swears left and right, fuck, shit, you name it. And ESPN has to play the swears. It's the only show that has that approval. And they take a lot of flack for it, but it's in Pat's contract. And he's got the Aaron Rodgers thing. Every single Tuesday, Aaron Rodgers appears on the show, says a bunch of wild stuff because it's Aaron Rodgers. As a Green Bay fan, all of my existence, I can tell you that I've become used to it. But Aaron Rodgers caused a lot of controversy for Pat McAfee, and he stood up for his show and even Aaron. And then recently, he thinks that ESPN, the power that be, the suit and tie, and I hope I get this name right, Norby Williamson. I might be off on a few letters, either with the first name or last name. But Norby is the head guy at ESPN for the sporting production. And he thinks that, Pat McAfee thinks that he is leaking information. He called him out on his show. Literally said, he even told a story about how many years ago he went in for a meeting and this guy left him hanging in his office for 45 minutes. He says, this guy doesn't respect me and I don't respect him. That's his main boss, guys. So you already had the Aaron Rodgers controversy, saying stuff about Jimmy Kimmel, and then Jimmy Kimmel fires back. It's a big thing. Pat McAfee's show is under fire. And then now backlash from his own people in ESPN. ESPN left a statement saying, we're going to try to handle this in-house. So Pat McAfee he's hanging on a thread, guys, and he knows that he's going to cash out. If he gets fired, he's still owed a lot of money. He won't get all of it, because there will be liability there, obviously. There will be cause for the firing. But he's still going to cash out with a lot of money. They're going to come to a settlement. They're going to try to make this as least ugly as possible. And then Pat McAfee will be able to do more WWE. Because that's his bread and butter. He knows that that's where he can be the Pat McAfee he loves to be. ESPN, he's confined, guys, and he knows it. He's confined. It's not the structure for him. He's good when he has Michael Cole to answer to. Not even Vince, not Paul Levesque McMahon. Michael Cole is Pat's boss, guys. All the commentators, I don't know if you guys know this, all of the commentators answer to Michael Cole first. Everything goes through Michael Cole. Then Cole takes it to H or McMahon, whichever it is at that given day, week, whatever. But Michael Cole is in charge of anything to do with commentary. And Pat McAfee just works so well with him. I truly think that he would be much happier. He's not happy at ESPN. He would be much happier if he came back to SmackDown. Now, the problem with that is you have Corey Graves. He's really good. Unfortunately, you have Kevin Patrick. Guys, there's reports now out there, and this has been heavy for about 72 hours. These are real reports. Everything I'm telling you guys are real reports or things that I'm hearing. You guys can trust me. That's what I'm hearing. But Kevin Patrick, there's still many in WWE that are not happy, powers that be, that are not happy with Kevin Patrick's work. They were hoping by bringing Michael Cole over for a 3-man booth before the new year that Michael Cole was going to really show him the ropes and Kevin Patrick was finally going to nail it. Here we are. It's only been a couple of shows, by the way, so it's a short leash. But they really wanted Kevin Patrick just hitting the ground running in 2024. Unfortunately, obviously, that didn't happen. Kevin Patrick has gotten better, guys. That's the good news. Right? I mean, because we've called out Kevin Patrick. I mean, he's just not a good commentator. We all know that. We all like him. He's such a good dude. He's great backstage interviewing, by the way. Great. A great presence. It just fits. So nobody's calling for him to lose his job. He is great as a backstage interviewer, where I feel Byron Saxton is much better on commentary. But they have Saxton backstage and they put Patrick on commentary. It's ass backwards. But the good news is Patrick got better. The bad news is it's clear he's still not a commentator. He's not the A guy. And that's something that, just like a wrestler, it's an it factor, bruh. You have to be that Jim Ross. You have to be a Tony Schiavone. You have to be a Bobby the Brain Heenan or a Gorilla Monsoon. If you don't have the it factor from the jump, it's done. It doesn't matter what you learn. It doesn't matter what you pick up on. That's stuff that has to come naturally anyway. But you begin your job with the it factor. Kevin Patrick doesn't have it on commentary. It's really bad at times. And now it's not just fans saying that. The report, you guys can look this up yourself, man. It's real reports. And it just became even more, actually, over the last 24 hours. Kevin Patrick is not wowing people backstage. In fact, they believe the way that it was quoted, right? It's a real concern for WWE officials. That's a quote, a real concern for WWE officials. We all know that, right? We like Kevin Patrick. It's just, it doesn't work. And it really does take away from the show. So when SmackDown goes over to the USA Network, is it getting better? I don't know, man. What got us onto Kevin Patrick? Oh, Pat McAfee. That's right, Pat McAfee. So McAfee looks to be heading out of ESPN soon. He's not happy there. He's in big trouble there. Does that mean more WWE dates in the future? It looks like there's going to be a shakeup anyway. They're not happy with Kevin Patrick. I wouldn't doubt if by WrestleMania there's just a massive change. Gable Steveson, guys. Gable Steveson. He just had a match, a dark match on SmackDown. And this was the match where they told him a bunch of things to correct. They changed some things up. And they were hoping that this match was really going to wow these backstage officials. Guys, it did not move the needle at all. In fact, after the match, SmackDown dark match with, hold on, I'm trying to get my notes so I can give you an exact quote First of all, my notes say that it was over Cedric. So Steveson defeated Cedric Alexander. And the notes that I have is the general consensus backstage is that Gable Steveson lacks charisma. Lacks charisma. How the fuck is it gonna work then? It doesn't matter what he picks up on. He can be like the Creed brothers, immaculate with their talent. If you don't got the charisma, you're not gonna be a professional wrestler that's gonna captivate anybody. The same reason that the NXT crowd said, get this guy out of here, is the same reason the main roster crowd is going to say, get this guy out of here. They said the crowd in attendance couldn't give two flying fucks. That was not WWE officials, by the way. That's how it was told to me. In other words, WWE was not happy with the reaction that the match got. They weren't happy with the performance of Steveson. But the biggest thing, and I quote, he lacks charisma. That's the same fucking problem he had months ago. JR9, are you still in here, brother? JR9 Gaming. Oh, yes, JR9. Now, JR9, extensively into NXT. Does the report every week after NXT on one of the uploads afterwards. JR9 will tell you every in and out of NXT. Now, you watch Steveson from the jump. Wasn't charisma always the issue that was bigger than any other? Wasn't it always the fact that this dude lacked charisma and didn't captivate? And by the way, JR9 says Steveson was booed heavily during the match as well. JR9, that's exactly what I was told. JR9 says his NXT run was a complete failure. And yeah, he always had no charisma. JR9 follows NXT extensively. And he was a complete failure in NXT. So you think bringing him up to the main fucking roster is going to help? I can't with this company. Nobody needs to see a Gable Steveson. You know, Jinder Mahal says, what the fuck is a Hook? And then Hook retaliated. What the fuck is a Jinder? Right? I got a question. What the fuck is a Steveson? Nobody needs to know. We don't need a bootleg Kurt Angle anymore. We don't. We've tried it with everybody. We've tried it with Jason Jordan. Much love to Jason Jordan. He's rocking it in his backstage role, by the way. We tried it with Chad Gable. He shouldn't be the next Kurt Angle. I love Chad Gable. He's amazing. He should be the first Chad Gable. And we don't need Steveson to be the next Angle. Stop trying to be the next Kurt Angle. It's done. Be the first Gable Steveson, and it starts with charisma. Unfortunately, if you don't have it, don't go here. Bianca Belair, you shouldn't go here. There's really good wrestlers in the world that have such charisma and passion, and they're amplified, and they would be so much fun on television. Why do we always have to get athletes just because they're athletes? I don't give a fuck if he's got an amateur background. I don't give a fuck how much he can power lift. I don't give a shit. Can he captivate me when he comes through the curtain? Because why BC watches wrestling to this very day is because when wrestlers came out of the curtain, I was already captivated. I didn't give a fuck what they did in the ring. The Ultimate Warrior is the worst wrestler ever, man. That's all I hear today, right? Ultimate Warrior sucks, right? You know, Ultimate Warrior had more charisma than 99% of these fucking wrestlers today. His music hit from Jim Johnson and you were rattled. I'd rather watch Warrior hit his fucking shoulder press and his fucking bend fucking power press and his fucking belly to belly slam. His splash, right? 3 moves of doom. I'd rather watch that because I'd be fucking captivated than watching a Gable Steveson match. Oh, man, I'm on a roll today, man. I had a lot of coffee. Told you guys I had a lot of coffee. Where else do you want to go? Gable Steveson. We went over The Rock, Pat McAfee, Brock Lesnar, Batista, Chris Jericho. Man, we went over a lot. How long have we been doing this? Hour and a half? Fuck, I still got to go to Super Chats, man. Jinder Mahal. Let's go over to that story. Jinder Mahal, man, is becoming must-see TV. Thanks to Tony Khan from All Elite. Hey, thank you guys, man. 200 on the ups on a fucking Thursday afternoon on a half an hour of notice that we were going live. You guys fucking rock. I guess, fuck it. Let's go to 250 live. And for those that are watching not live later on over the next 48 hours, you guys ain't off the hook. Smash that up. Appreciate it. Tony Khan, man, you guys know I put up an upload yesterday, yesterday evening, and you guys know exactly my thoughts on it. That's just a wild story. Wild. And Jinder Mahal was on the bump yesterday, and he talked about it, and Jinder Mahal says, and I quote, his response to this whole Tony Khan thing, he says, and I quote, I'm always overlooked, and it's so frustrating. I'm just sick and tired of it. Always being overlooked. You know, it was something he put up on his little social doohickey machine that made the rounds too. He put up a photo of himself and he just put up a quote from Scott Hall. It was the old, if I botch it, you guys can correct me, but it's like, bad times don't last. Bad guys do. Bad times don't last. You know, just the fact that like Tony Khan made fucking like this, made his day any fucking worse. It's so petty. Jinder Mahal was minding his own fucking business, bro. You got a problem with WWE, take it up with him. Stop dragging people. Stop dragging John Cena, The Undertaker, or Michaels, even HHH. Don't be fucking petty. Step up a little bit higher. Don't fucking drag Jinder Mahal. He didn't say shit to you. So Jinder Mahal caught a lot of flack and all this shit for no reason. But he said bad times don't last. Bad guys do. So he's telling us that he's going to put his performance first and he's going to try to, just do the best that he can, man. People are always going to hate on him. That's cool. But he's going to rock out every opportunity that he can. So, it's not even biased for BC. You guys know, if you're new to the channel, I'm a huge Jinder Mahal fan. I make no bones about it. I don't hide the fact. I've always liked Jinder Mahal. Facial expressions, mannerisms. I thought the dude was always just funny. Since he's been back, when he just mean mugs Rollins and Raw, I mean, he really truly believes in what he's saying. He's about to get his ass whooped, but I've always liked Jinder, man. But I totally understand why he could put a lot of people to sleep, and people didn't want to see him with the title. People didn't want to see him at pay-per-view main events. I get it. That's what I mean about being fair, right? Just because I like something doesn't mean I'm going to push it on you guys, or say he's the best, or try to get you to like him. No, I wouldn't do that, man. That's what being fair is. Take what we like and like fucking toilet paper, wipe your ass with it. It doesn't matter what I like most of the time. It's about what works and what doesn't. I like Bray and I like Sasha too. And guess what? Both of them moved ratings. Jinder, unfortunately, stifled. There was times they went up, times they went back. He was involved in something big this week. Of course, that's because of The Rock, but it takes two to tango and he can be happy with those numbers. But Jinder Mahal put that post up, guys. And who set it up in there? Who is that? JJ Bull. Don't hinder Jinder. Bad times don't last good. Bad guys do. And the interesting part is everybody rallied for Jinder in that post, guys. How cool was that? The entire wrestling community came together and everybody did the, I don't know, how do you do it on the end? You just smash the fucking like, right? Like this, I guess. Everybody like smashed the like. And I guess because of the platform, you can see like who liked it, like all the wrestlers. And you should see this list, guys. I mean, if Sasha is going to sign with AEW, kind of like poking the boss already a little bit. Sasha Banks, Mercedes Fernando, liked that post by Jinder Mahal. Bad times don't let. This was hours after all the hoopla. And his message was, bad times don't last, bad guys do. Sasha Banks was like, fuck yeah. Miro, who's in that company. He's like, I gotta give my boy some love. Sorry, Tony. Smash that like. Miro, I mean, if you guys could have saw this list, the wrestling world really rallied behind Jinder, and it's really cool. And, man, yeah. JR9, that was pretty cool. That was really, it also makes you think, Royal Rumble? I don't know, man. But this goes now with the report we were hearing before the Tony Khan thing was that Jinder has big plans ahead, right? We saw those reports. Jinder has big plans ahead. You kind of think it's just like big matches or whatever, but he's obviously going to lose them, but they're going to give him TV time. They're actually going to put him on TV. So that's what we thought those original reports were, right? And they could be, by the way. I'm guessing. He already got his ass whooped by The Rock. Nobody expected him to win the title against Rollins. So those reports were probably Mahal is now going to be pushed back on TV and they're going to do more with him. Now, the word around the campfire is that they're going to go with bigger plans for Mahal. And I told you guys that if this is straight from Paul Levesque McMahon, what did we say in yesterday's upload? I said, would Levesque McMahon, just to poke the bear a little bit, just to do the ultimate troll job, would Levesque McMahon start making Mahal just start collecting W's? Would Levesque McMahon switch the title live on Monday night? I'm not saying that should happen. Unless you did some Jack Tunney, President Jack Tunney shit, where like you go off the air and Mahal wins the title, but there was some big thing that was a major debacle at the end. So no, Rollins didn't actually lose the title. And we find out later on like social media, like, no, wait, Adam Pearce is fucking adamantly saying no, Paul Levesque McMahon has to intervene. It's a big fucking angle, right? If you do that, I'm okay with Jinder walking off with the title, but he doesn't actually win it. But could you imagine if they fucking did that? Because literally, and this was just 2 hours before I even knew I was going to do this live. The latest report is that those plans got bigger. That's exactly a quote that I have. So that's how it was told to me. Those plans just got bigger. I see Jinder Mahal collecting W's now because of Tony Khan. So maybe Tony just did him the ultimate favor. Jinder Mahal just went to must-see TV status for a lot of individuals. What are you guys saying up in here, bro? What's my chat saying? Robert! Tony Khan is unraveling. No, Robert, he has been, bro. I never agree with Bubba. I don't know, but Bubba just has some of the worst takes in the wrestling world. But you know, Bubba Ray is one of the struggle in adversity Cody Rhodes people, and he got that massively wrong. And Bubba Ray is one of those, maybe we should do Rock and Roman at Elimination Chamber, and he's massively wrong. And again, it might happen, by the way. You might see Rock and Roman at Elimination. Doesn't make it better. We shouldn't have to be watching on replay, which is what most of the audience is going to end up doing for one of the biggest dream matches ever. I don't agree with Bubba often, but Bubba, when he just said, and I said it first, I did my upload first, and then I guess he went on because then it made its rounds in the reports. But when he said he just needs to put his phone down. Well, how did I start yesterday's upload? Right? Joking around, going, who gave Tony his phone back? Bucks, was it you? Omega, damn it, Jericho, I know it was you. He just has to put that damn thing down. You're the owner of the company, bro. Like, at some point, you do have to act the part. You do. I've said it from day one. I love the passion. I love the amplification. I love being outside the box, not being just fit into this little normal box, right? You guys can tell. If you follow BC enough, you know I'm not exactly a normal cat. I'm an amplified motherfucker. I love it. The passion, right? I just wish more people had it. So I love that with Tony. But man, if we can tweak that, insert just a little bit of maturity, just a little bit more maturity, man, so that his locker room, his roster doesn't constantly have to defend this shit and answer questions about this shit. It's not fair to his locker room. Do you guys know that poor Dustin Rhodes had to put out a post last night? Dustin Rhodes was asking us, guys, please, man, it's just enjoy wrestling, he says, which you guys know how I feel about that. I don't want to enjoy wrestling. I enjoy ice cream. I enjoy steak dinners. I enjoy going to the movies. Enjoy a nice night of sex with the Goomba. But I want to be captivated by pro wrestling, right? You want to be captivated by it. But I know what Dustin is trying to say. And Dustin said, just try to stop with the tribalism, guys. Try to stop with the tribalism. Dustin doesn't realize that that's what we've been trying to do. Channels like this, we've been trying to do that. It doesn't work if your boss is the one creating the tribalism fire. And every time Dustin and one of these wrestlers tries to say, hey, guys, fans, stop, your own boss is over there giggling, putting a log onto the fire. You're trying to put out the fire. Your boss is igniting it. Poor Dustin and all them, they constantly have to do this, and Tony Khan keeps doing it. It's got to stop eventually. Has to, man. What else you guys saying up in here, man? Mahal vs. Rollins at Rumble, JR9, surely happening now to give him spotlight on a massive pay-per-view. Yeah, well, JR9, remember I was saying too, you could do, maybe they're going to do something here. I originally thought Royal Rumble when they had the face-to-face because they have nothing for Seth anyway. They already have all the big matches, 2 Royal Rumble matches, female and male, and then the big Fatal 4-Way. So I'm like, you just give Seth anything at this point. And then they said, no, that match is going to be on Monday Night Raw. I'm like, all right, well, no harm, no foul. A lot less people will cry about this, right? Jinder's on a pay-per-view going for a title. That's why a lot of the community didn't give a fuck. Right? On this channel, we've absolutely called out scenarios where like that. Most of them in WWE. Most of them. Where a wrestler that clearly has not earned a title shot in storyline format. We know it's all planned and scripted, but they haven't earned it, right? So we absolutely called it out because the situation justified it. But guys, you're going to have this scenario play out a lot. If the situation calls for it in the scenario, then it's okay. Or if it's not that big of a deal, it's okay. If there's major ramifications, then yes, we have to talk about it. But nobody was really crying about Jinder in a Monday Night Raw title match. Nobody expects him to win it anyway. When Tony Khan says he hasn't won any matches in 2023, what he's not telling you is he's only had 4. He's only had 4, and one of them actually he did win. It was NXT. JR9, you can back me up on this or at least fact checked it, but New Year's Evil 2022? 23. What the fuck was it? 23. Right? Jinder Mahal won an NXT match. I think it was New Year's Evil last year. So he won a match, and then he only had a couple 2-3 matches after that. So it's not like he had 40 matches and lost them all. 80 matches and lost them all. There were some injuries, and then he was sidelined, and then all of a sudden, boom, all right, he's back. We've seen this scenario before. There's times to get all hot and heavy about it, and then there's times to say no harm, no foul. For this to be what is making Tony Khan cry in saying, where's the rage? Because Hook, people said, why is Hook getting a title opportunity? Dude, keep that in-house. You find that out. I doubt wrestling fans are trying to come down on Hook and praise Jinder Mahal. I'm a Mahal fan. I've had this channel over 5 years. Trust me. Most people have not liked Jinder Mahal in the last 5 years. I've learned that. As a Mahal fan, I learned that. In fact, I've learned that a lot of people like Hook. So I don't get the conspiracy here. Everybody is coming down on Hook and trying to praise or leave Jinder alone. Because it's not a big deal. Look at it as a good thing, right? If people are making a big deal out of the Hook thing, it's because they care, maybe. But to drag Jinder Mahal? Thank you, JR9. Appreciate it, brother. January 10th, 2023, New Year's Evil. Told you guys, man, I do all this research, man. I'm like an encyclopedia of wrestling knowledge, man. Sometimes I get things a little wrong because it's at a different event, but it's in my dome. But like recently, I said I remember when Legion of Doom rode their bikes down at WrestleMania 8, right? But you guys corrected me. It was SummerSlam. And Paul Ellering, and they were riding their fucking motorcycles down. That was badass. For some reason, I thought that was WrestleMania 8, but I remember that shit. Yeah, so thank you, JR9. So Jinder Mahal won a big match to start off the year last year, and then he only had a couple 2-3 matches later. So it's not like he had 100 matches. Relax, TK. Gruss 512, TK might overreact and put the title on Hook. You're going to see some wild shit maybe, man. Jinder becomes champ, Hook becomes champ. Mahal's response was funny. He just said, what the fuck is a hook? Who the fuck is a hook? And then he took it down. I think Paul Levesque McMahon was probably like, dude, don't even play the game. Paul Levesque McMahon was probably like, dude, please do us a favor. Just take it down. It's not worth it. And then Hook responded, what the fuck is a Jinder? I don't know what's going on, man. Oh, man. But Jinder Mahal, could you imagine if he wins the title, man? That would be the ultimate FU to the other company. But I don't think they care enough, right? It might just be business as usual. I'll tell you what they did. I think they put more eyeballs on Monday Night Raw in this match. I don't know how many people were that excited to see Seth Rollins and Jinder Mahal. A lot of you guys still might not be. But guess what? There's a lot of people now that are like, I actually want to see this match now. I want to see at least like how it's going to end. What are they going to do with Jinder? Are they going to capitalize on this? I'm a Jinder fan anyway. So I was already like looking forward to it, you know. Gotta be honest, I was. But now I'm like really like into it, man. I'm so glad that Jinder is getting this opportunity. But that's the fan in me, right? Outside of the fan in me who supports Jinder, I will absolutely agree. I never would have just catapulted him to a title match. But also, given the scenario and what is next, the Rumble, Seth has nothing, it's not that big of a deal. There is bigger fish to fry. There's times where this scenario pops up and there's somebody going for a title that hasn't been around for a while and it doesn't go and it's going to hurt everything. And then we have to call that out and see if it's right or wrong. No question. Jinder having a Monday Night Raw match with Rollins for the title, it's not that big. The Rock coming back after not wrestling for a while to take on Roman is best for business. It's the biggest wrestling match you can get right now. Right? Like, let's, all honesty, man, I can speak. Let me have another sip of chat. And I'm being serious. Spit out any, but it has to be reputable. Please don't be fucking goofy with it because I won't even fucking like acknowledge it. But like, if it's, what is as big as Roman and Rock? Like, even if you don't want to see the match, you know it's a big match, or you know it's the biggest match. You know that that's the biggest WWE match you could put on. I would hope you guys know that, right? Even if you cannot stand The Rock and Roman. We all know the truth is that's the biggest WWE match you can put on. What match would equal the seismic power that match has? And I'm not saying there's not any. I'm asking you guys, what would be something that would rival that match? JR9 says Stone Cold and Punk. Love it. Still not up their storyline, though, but there is story behind it. Punk has always wanted to take on Stone Cold. You remember Jim Ross did that video game interview? And they were promoting WWE. It was like a video game. And Punk and Stone Cold, and they were just eyeing one another. That would be a lot of fun. Cena, Randy. But we saw that, though, right, JJ Bulldog? Cena, Randy, we saw many times. Tony Khan versus Nick Khan. Too funny, Gruss. Ross got fired that night. I didn't know that, McMahon. Sting versus Taker. Strick, I like that one for sure. Strick Tango, for sure. But I'm talking about matches you can do right now. And it can be AEW as well, but that's cross promotion. Nobody can really get Sting in WWE, and AEW is not going to score Taker. He's got a great deal right now with WWE. Otherwise, yeah, Sting Taker would have been. Cody versus Cena would be big time superior. Cody versus Cena, definitely. Yeah, that would be like mentor-student type thing. Cody always talks about how much he's learned from Cena. Yeah, Randy versus Cody is what I'm actually looking forward to, Stephen Tate. I would do that at Mania. Fuck this finish the story bullshit. Have him win the title at Elimination Chamber and have Randy Orton RKO him and let's do Mania, bruh. Yeah, but Ty Guerrero's no longer with us, unfortunately. I'm talking about like right now with the rosters we have, right? Because even Stone Cold and Punk is possible. You could offer Stone Cold a boatload of money. Stone Cold has not said he's retired. And you could do CM Punk, Stone Cold. So with the rosters we have now, what is a match that is in the same breath as Rock and Roman? Cody and Roman, 39 was massive, by the way. So I'm not throwing any shade at Cody and Roman was a massive match at 39. So we are absolutely giving Cody his props and Roman. Because the storyline was beautiful. Yeah, but Shawn Michaels won't come back. That match he came back, that tag match when Triple H blew out his quads again or whatever it was. And Shawn Michaels is there. He's all bald. He doesn't have his tag team partner. He's already sore. And he's like, we got 22 minutes left. Man, too funny. Gunther Dragunov. That would be a little bit more for the smart fans and those in the know, though. A lot of people still have to privy to what Dragunov can do. I'm a big fan of Dragunov, big supporter, I should say. But a lot of people don't know what a Dragunov is. So that's nowhere in the same... That's what I mean. I think we're getting carried away now. Now we're just coming up with, like, fun matches, right? Gunther versus Brock, for instance. That's a kick-ass match. Dragunov versus Gunther. But none of these matches is Rock and Roman Reigns. The real provider of the family. The real head of the... No more delusional talk. Rock has had enough in Philly, where Rock was booed because of Roman. Nothing's really in that same... Yeah, there's nothing. Yeah, you guys are running out of steam, man. I'm seeing like Brock versus Sheamus. Finn Balor versus Styles, which I've seen 1,000 times. You guys are running out of steam. That's what I mean, right? When we stop and take a collective breath, right? Stop with what we like and don't. Cody has to finish a story. When we just take a breath, take what we like and put it to the side. What is the best possible match for the grandest stage of them all? Nothing comes close to Rock and Roman. I guess that's a good way to end the stream, the same way we began the stream. Appreciate you guys big time, man. You guys are the absolute best. I'm going to stick around for a few more minutes if you don't mind. I'm going to answer or go over some super chats, shoot the shit with you guys a little bit more. If I can get them onto the bigger screen, that is. Hold on. There we go. All right, guys, so I'm going to stick around, do some super chats. Any of you guys that are on your way out, much love and respect to each and everyone who stopped by even for a second. Even if you don't agree with everything I'm saying, it's cool. I'm glad I could entertain you. Hopefully you had some fun discussion from BC and everybody up in the chat, man. Hopefully you come on back sometime soon and we can do it again. So to you guys taking off, much love and respect. Till next time, and there will be a next time. BC... telling you guys, check you. Peace. And for those sticking around, I would say welcome, but let's keep rocking. Salute. I'll go over my first super here from Colin. It is a 5-spot coffee. What's up, Colin? Colin says, what's up, BC? Will you do a Super Bowl live stream if the Packers win? Super Bowl live stream. So you mean if the Packers are in the Super Bowl? Possible. And I say that because it's not going to happen anyway. Us getting past Dallas is going to be the biggest task of a lifetime, but for the Packers. But I would say that's at least a 50% chance. Yes, Colin. I'm not saying yes for sure, but it's a 50-50. There's a great possibility, Colin. I think you're a Raiders fan, aren't you, Colin? I don't know if Colin's still up in the chat, but I think you're a Vegas Raiders fan, man. You got Devontae Adams, who I still wish we had. Stegmeister! What up, Steg? Ash, Stegmeister, Stegels, 5-spot coffee. Evening, boss. Don't worry, I woke up amplified this morning. Stegmeister with our catchphrase, man. Wake up, get up, and get amplified. Stegmeister knows the rules of a gold card member. Channel member. Stegmeister. Stay amplified, brother. Always good to see you up in here. Appreciate you, dude. What up, Otis? Otis Linkman, 5-Spot Coffee. Does Cody's story even matter now? WrestleMania 39 was the perfect time for Cody to win, but they wasted it. Otis, it doesn't to a lot of... That's the problem, right? That's what we're trying to say, is that I honestly believe a lot of fans are just saying he's got to finish the story just because it sounds cute. It's all they've known for a year and a half. They're programmed. Cody's got to finish the story. Cody's got to finish the story. What do you want from me? How much do you want to put on the gas tank, sir? Cody must finish his story. You go get your groceries at the supermarket. You give everything to the fucking lady. She tells you the price of it all. You got to give her your credit card, and you're just staring at her. He's got to finish the story. Go to pick up the fucking kids from school. He's got to finish the story. Go to the buffet that night. What would you like, sir? You want the buffet or do you want the entree? He's got to finish his story. You're programmed. You're not stopping to think like, he doesn't anymore. It's not as special for us. So Otis Linkman, that's the problem. For so many of us, the story died the night Cody Rhodes was laying next to a rubber chicken because most of us knew the story was not continuing. Most likely, Roman and Cody are not going to cross paths until 2024, right before Mania. That's what we were all saying, right? BC said it a million times. If they decide to redo it, you're not even going to see the story. The story will be brought back up right before Mania, right? That's what they're going to do because WWE will be lazy. And those individuals said, well, he needs another year of struggle and adversity. But it never happened, did it? Brock and Judgment Day. Nothing we saw this year deemed him to not be champion this year. And Roman went on vacation throughout the entire fucking year. The only problem is he brought the championship with him. Oh, bro. That's it. Otis Linkman, to a lot of us, the story doesn't even matter anymore. That's the problem. So for anybody that's really getting a hard on for this fucking story to be finished, good for you, man. There's still a good chance you might get it. Just don't be shocked when a lot of fans are telling you they're not as excited as they were for 39. That's called a botch. Otis Linkman, appreciate you, brother. John 10. Couple of 2 spots, couple of cool feeds by John 10. Some people don't know Rock's a wrestler. He's that big. That's what I mean. They're quick to forget because it's just part-timer. They classify The Rock as part-time. How dare you come in when this wrestler has been busting his ass the entire year and you're just going to take his spot. You know why? Because he fucking earned it. You know why? Because The Rock is larger than life. He busted his ass to get that dominance. And guess what? If The Rock came back and it wasn't big business, get the fuck out of Mania. Put Cody in there. But The Rock came back and he broke social media records this week. Yeah. Most of his movies are still wildly acclaimed. He gets millions of dollars for each. He has production companies trying to get him for their projects. About 7 to 10 projects, this dude says. Like legit projects. Go to Danny Garcia, I believe. That was his ex-wife, by the way. Simone's mother, his ex-wife. But she runs she runs all the business for Rock. But they say 7 to 10 projects, viable projects a day come in front of The Rock. The guy is larger than life. So they don't understand how big this is. And it sucks that wrestling fans are trying to act like Roman and Rock is no big deal. Oh, man, we just got to get to the story being finished. Can we just get The Rock and Roman done? What if we just put it at Elimination Chamber? I understand it's 5 a.m. I understand it's in Australia, but the government wants a big match. So let's just tell the government, okay, I don't give a fuck if the government wants a big match. I don't give a flying fuck if the government wants The Rock to wipe their ass for their morning shits. It doesn't mean you hand it to them. Absolutely not. And there's a portion of the fan base, I use that lightly, that is just like overlooking The Rock and Roman. They're just like, screw it. Just put them at Elimination Chamber. For those of you complaining that you have to get up at 5 a.m. or 4 a.m. or 6 a.m., guys, there's going to be a replay. It's going to be on demand. You're not thinking right. Why is half the base having to watch the biggest match in wrestling in a long time on a fucking replay? These people don't think. Anyway, John 10, absolutely. And John 10 also with another coffee 2 spot says, Rock and Roman is also a way better story than Cody. There is no Cody story! So, John 10. Exactly. Nobody is understanding. There's no story anymore for Cody and Roman. There's none. Whenever they come across each other again, weeks before Mania, we're gonna start hearing about this fucking finishing of the story shit again. It already ended. Roman beat you, and you'd lay down next to a rubber fucking chicken. End of story. Did you talk to this dude the rest of the year? No. I think they had, one, was it Jericho? One interaction maybe. They went like face to face, and nothing came from it. They don't have a fucking story anymore. Except for finish the story. That is what we're going into WrestleMania with. That is what is supposed to get us all super excited. Finishing the story. Sound familiar? We had to do that a fucking year ago. The only difference is now I'm a year older. We're all a fucking year older, and we're playing the same fucking game that we did in 39. Cody is going to finish his story this year. It's a good thing we wasted a fucking actual dream match at 5 a.m. in Australia. Now I get to see part 2 of if Cody can take the story down. Again, if that's your prerogative, if you'd rather like it, that's fine. But I really do hope you guys think about the other side of the fan base, right? The ones that are like, what? It doesn't make sense, man. You're pissed off at The Rock because he's the bigger superstar. You're pissed off at The Rock because he's breaking records this week on Monday Night Raw. You're pissed off at The Rock because he brings way more eyeballs and can sell way more tickets than anybody on any roster today. Well, don't hate the player. Hate the game. Poor Triple H is like, what did I do? John 10, I appreciate you, brother. Muhammad Isa. Muhammad, how you doing, brother? 5-spot coffee from Muhammad. BC, Jinder Mahal versus Tony Khan. Once in a lifetime at WrestleMania 41. Oh, man. Tony Khan, man. It's only a matter of time before he is booking himself in matches. I will say that, Muhammad. But I don't think it's going to be with Jinder. Once in a lifetime. Too funny. Big Nang. 2-spot coffee. What a big Nang. Rock versus Jinder Mahal for Australia. Book it! Doofus son-in-law. You know hey, Big Nang, man. That's come on. Jinder Mahal will pull in the eyeballs, man. Jinder equals ratings now, man. Tony Khan just put the spotlight on him. Too funny. Dante Jaren 23. 2-spot. What up, Dante Jaren 23? Rock vs. Roman trumps Cody's story by a long shot. Yeah, it's just not even close. You're right, Dante Jaren 23. By a long shot. It's not even close, man. It's just not. It's just done. It doesn't have the feel. I just feel like we're always going to have to like manufacture the feeling, right? We have to try to get as excited as we were for 39. What a botch that night was, man. What a fucking botch. Dante Jaren 23. Salute. Big Nang, 10-spot, couple of coffees. Big Nang says BC WrestleMania 40 should have a finish the story in the bank ladder match. Winner gets to choose to finish the story with Roman within a year. Cody versus Sammy versus KO versus Drew versus Jay versus LA versus Jay versus Styles versus... I don't know what the hell that even fucking means. What? Cody... Oh, is that the people in the ladder match? Cody versus Sammy, Jay Uso, LA Knight, AJ Styles, Randy Orton, Kevin Owens. That's a big ladder match. How many people is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Drew McIntyre's in there? Shit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, fucking 9 or 10 people in there, Big Nang. Just call it a battle royal then. Finish the story in the bank ladder match battle royal. I don't know. That's too much of a schmaz for BC, Big Nang. 3 people is a crowd. Joel Brewer, 2 spot. Let's go Jets. Let's go Nets. Fuck the Green Bay Packers. All right. Hi to you too, brother. Thank you, Joel. John 10, 2 spot coffee. Rockin' Cena is the top buy rate ever. He wants records. Yeah, John 10, is it? Not that I don't believe you, brother, but can somebody confirm that? Is John Cena and The Rock the biggest box office for Mania? Because I think that does sound about right. Yeah, but the first one, 28. Yeah, JR9 says, yes, it was. Yeah, so he would just be, I'm sure he doesn't want to just break that record. He wants to shatter that motherfucker. We'll see, man. We'll see. John 10. He gonna shatter that thing, bro. Dave Mealy, 5 spot coffee. What up, Dave? I just left you a nice piece of amped booking as a thanks on your last vid. I appreciate that, Dave. We will have to check that out. Always good seeing you, dude. Gold status too, Dave Mealy, one of my tried and trues from day one-ish on this channel. Dave, I'll have to check that out, brother. What was it, Dave? Amplified booking? As a super thanks on your last vid. I will definitely check that out, Dave. Actually, can I check that out now or not? Hold on, Dave. We're live. You know what? I can do whatever the fuck I want. Hold on. On the last vid. Hold on. I'm checking, man. Kim T. I got a super thanks from Kim T in the last vid. Kim T, I don't know if you're up in here, brother. Dave, I'll get to you in 1 second, brother. But Kim T, I got to give a shout out from the super thanks is down below. The regular comments from the last video. Hey, BC, not a regular AEW watcher, but I'll record it for ratings for certain purposes. 2 weeks ago, a few friends wanted to watch World's End for the Devil Reveal, so I watched Dynamite and Collision to prep for it, as I'm only familiar with a few bits of what's going on. I was so bored and confused. Not even my friends could save it because they've had the same complaints I had. While I know of the wrestlers, I didn't understand why they were in half the matches. A lot of them looked similar, so I couldn't distinguish them from others. And other than the Devil's storyline and maybe Edge and Christian, there was just no other storyline that had me excited. AEW needs more than just good wrestling. I wouldn't be a fan for over 30 years if all I watched was the good wrestling. Kim T, preaching to the choir, man. I say it all the time, but I appreciate the confirmation on your story alone. And that goes for WWE too. It's more than just what you can do in the ring. It's everything else. Your presentation, your mannerisms, your expressions, your promos, your charisma. It's the package. If you don't have it, if you ain't bringing it, you ain't going to make it. Dave, I don't see the super thanks, man. I got JR9's weekly roundup, which you guys got to give a good read. Took me 3 different reads on that. 3 different coffee shops, JR9. Great stuff. Something about a new fucking champion, too. The kid who just won the breakout tournament, right? They got this kid taking Dragon Lee's title. That was nuts. NXT also brought in 720 some odd thousand viewers. Down from the 760 some odd, but still pretty damn good. AJ, appreciate it, dude. Oba Femi. Am I saying that correctly, or should I put emphasis on a different vowel? Oba Femi? Is that correct, guys? Oba. Oba Femi. Is that correct, or should I be saying Femi? Oba Femi. Okay, Oba Femi. And he is the new champion, correct? That's wild, man. Anyway, Dave. This all started with Dave. I don't see the amped booking in the past vid, but I will search. I will try to find it, Dave. Appreciate you, bro. Anthony Bowley, 10 spot, couple of coffees. What up, Anthony? Gold team, Anthony. BC passing through, throwing some coffees. We'll watch after work. Go whoop that ass, man. Make that money. This will be up on the channel afterwards. I only gave a half an hour of notice on a Thursday afternoon. You guys showed up, though, man. Hundreds live. And I know thousands of you guys will catch this when it's up on the channel. Anthony, I assure you, this will be up on the channel. I appreciate you, dude. Anthony just came in while working, smashing the up and throwing coffees at BC. How badass is that? Anthony Bowley, appreciate you, dude. Tyler, 2-spot coffee. I think Mercedes is WWE bound. Same with Naomi. Naomi looks to definitely be, guys. I think Naomi is almost, it's nearly confirmed for the Rumble. So Naomi definitely, and Sasha, man, it's 50-50. It could be WWE, it could be EW. Yeah, that's going to be wild. Tyler, appreciate you, dude. Unique Butterfly. Hopefully all is good, Unique Butterfly. 2-spot. How's about Umaga and Brian Pillman for the Hall of Fame? Count me in. I'm in on that. You know, I went over my 5, obviously, Unique Butterfly. That super chat must have been around that time, I'm guessing. But I gave my 5, but if you told me that Pillman or Umaga and several others made it this year, you would not hear any complaints from me, man. It's more than deserved and more than earned. Umaga and Brian Pillman, man. I look at his kid and I still see Brian Pillman. I know you're trying to get away from that a little bit, but the character is similar to Brian Pillman. Unique Butterfly. Appreciate you. Look at Danny. 279. No words needed, just showing the respect. I appreciate that. Look at. Make sure I got everybody. Hold on. No, hold on. Some more came in after the first round, guys. Hold on. I'm going to stick around. Dante Jaron 23, 2-spot coffee. Dante Jaron 23 says, gold team, by the way. I always got to give that shout out. Extra layer of shout out. Dante Jaron 23 says, Cody's story is to win the WWE title, not beat Roman. So true. So true. Just because you didn't beat Roman, guess what? A lot of motherfuckers didn't. Join the club. Doesn't mean you get to pass the fucking Rock Dwayne Johnson. You just want to win the title. Okay. Win that at Elimination Chamber. All the motherfuckers that want the finished story, you get up at 5 a.m. and you watch Cody do his thing. I'll be watching too. I'll definitely be up. I'm fucking lifting by 4 or 5 a.m. anyway. I'm hitting the fucking Iron Paradise. Clanging and banging the steel. I'll be up watching it. And then RKO the motherfucker and set up Randy and Cody. Come on, bro. What is this Roman and Cody part 2 bullshit? Stop. Cody does not deserve any fucking victory over Roman Reigns. As a JR9, am I a big Cody supporter or not? My right-hand man on the channel. If you're new to the channel, my people will tell you I'm a huge Cody supporter. Ain't no motherfucking way he needs to any longer. There was a time he had to beat Roman. No question. 39. Now, no. There's no law, no rule, no reason he's got to beat Roman. Stop. If that's the case, then Drew had to. Then Jason Uso had to. Sami Zayn definitely had to then, right? Because at Elimination Chamber last year, Sami Zayn was the hottest act in pro wrestling. And they had him lose, and he's never been the same. Went into a tag team, won the tag titles at WrestleMania. Pretty cool, by the way. But there was no tag division, so he was placed in irrelevancy after Mania. Sami Zayn is a shell of what he once was before the Roman Reigns match. Correct or not correct, chat? I know. We just drop facts on this channel, man. We don't bullshit. Sami needed to win then. That's what you're telling me. Sami's story with the bloodline was immaculate. This finish the fucking story is better than the bloodline storyline? Fuck that shit. Fuck all. Stop. He just needs the title. That's the story. So have him win the title. Not at Mania. Stop this shit. Dante Jaron 23. Very, very smart super chat. Dante Jaron 23. I appreciate that fucking super chat. Common sense and logic. You know what they say. Common sense ain't so common these days. I appreciate you, bro. Big Nang, 5-spot coffee. Big Nang says Jinder wins DQ after Drew interferes. Then we get a 2 out of 3 man band collision. Yeah, man. And then throw in Heath Slater as a special guest referee. Big Nang. I need this referee job. I got kids. Anybody remember Heath Slater from 3-Man Band with Drew McIntyre and Jinder Mahal? I got kids. I can't get fired. I got kids. That was his gimmick. I just thought it was the funniest thing. He actually had a t-shirt too, man. I got kids. Dante Jaron 23, 2-spot coffee. So Cody can win the belt at another PLE. Billion% Dante Jaron 23, man. You're speaking common sense and logic, and a lot of people, they can't comprehend it. It's unfortunate. Carlos is up in here. Carlos Ray, 10-spot, couple of coffees. Carlos says, BC, for me, the real story is Roman versus The Rock. Great stream, brother. Salute. Carlos! Salute, brother. I don't know how long you were up in here, Carlos. I didn't see earlier, brother. I don't know if you caught the tail end or not, but this will be up on the... Oh, no, hold on. I just lost this super chat. Hold on. Carlos, hold on. Carlos says, great stream, brother. So you great stream. So you did catch most of it, I'm guessing. Carlos, that was some good discussion we had on it, but you are exactly right. Roman versus The Rock. It's not just the better story even. It's the better business. It's better for the fans, so we can, most of us anyway, will catch it at fucking prime time. Other countries are like, fucking A, who cares if you gotta get up at 5 a.m.? Welcome to what we go through. I get that too, by the way, but it's the principle of the point, man. In all this conversation, again, I will reiterate, you could absolutely see Rock and Roman at the Chamber. I mean, anything could be up in the air. We don't have any concrete evidence on one way or the other. All the reports and everything that I'm hearing, which goes along with the reports you guys are hearing, is that it is going to be at WrestleMania as it should. They could change that in a heartbeat. DJ is a prodigy. 2-spot coffee. You can revisit Cody versus Roman, but with Cody as champ. Exactly right. That should have been at 39. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And if you do Cody and Roman in the future, then if you do that, then Roman's going to Cody and become champion again. I don't know if they're ever really going to have Cody beat Roman. You know what's funny? I always say this. Cody versus Roman, by the way. Who's to say Cody finishes that story over Roman? They could have Roman win that match, go into SummerSlam, and take Hulk Hogan's record. 13 plus 100 days. And Roman Reigns would become number 2 on the list. They're already forgetting about Bob Backlund. They really just want to celebrate Hulk Hogan, right? That's what they're going to do. They're going to have a big party for Hulk Hogan's 40-year anniversary of the title win. Really let everybody know, Hulk Hogan had it for how many days? And then all of a sudden, Roman could absolutely just defeat Hulk Hogan's record. And then, which case, The Rock WrestleMania match, it wouldn't matter if The Rock lost. Because it's not a big of a thing. We all knew that Cody had to win the title at 39. Rock doesn't need to win the title at 40. So this could be an easy way out for WWE too, man. We got the bigger match in there, and Roman can still keep his title. There will be less complaints. He can roll in the SummerSlam. He collects Hulk Hogan's record. Could happen. Spicy Mama, McCaleb, 8-month membership. Gold team. That gold card looks great after that name, Spicy Mama McCaleb. Membership chat. What up, unit? Hey, my handsome guy. How you doing, huh? Spicy Mama, what's up? Here, go long, Spicy Mama. It's going to be a Hail Mary pass. Salute, 8 months strong. One of my tried and trues. Always love seeing Spicy Mama up in here. Make sure I got everybody. Man, you guys came rocking on a what is this, Thursday afternoon? I think I got all the supers, guys. I'm pretty sure. If I missed any, I'll apologize. I'll get them, and I will absolutely acknowledge that on another stream or upload. Let me run by the entire list again. A big thank you to everybody that just chucked a coffee at BC. Colin, Ash, Stegmeister Stegels, Otis Linkman, John 10, Muhammad Isa, Big Nang, Dante Jiren 23, Joel Brewer, Dave Mealy, Anthony Bowley, Tyler, Unique Butterfly, Look at Danny, JR9, did I? Oh, JR9, man. I think I went to a question for you, JR9. So I came across the super, but I went to a question instead. So I didn't even actually get to the super. My right-hand man on the channel, JR9 Gaming with a coffee, says 722,000. The viewership for NXT, their rating. My ideal scenario, Gunther beats Brock at Mania. Dragunov called up post-WrestleMania. Ends reign at Bash in Berlin. Bash at Berlin, as both are massive in Germany. All right, so let me break that down, Jared9. Ideal scenario, Gunther beats Brock at Mania. But hold on, so you're having Gunther and Brock for the IC title at Mania? Jared9, are you still up in here, bro? Jared9 is up in here. Hold on, Jared9, I'm trying to comprehend this. So you would have Brock Lesnar go for an IC title at Mania? I don't know about that. Hold on, let me go back and read that. And then Dragunov is called up after Mania, and then Dragunov is the one to beat Gunther for Bash in Berlin. Oof. JR9 says, yeah, have Gunther eliminate Brock in the Rumble to set that up. JR9, I just don't see Brock Lesnar going for an IC title. It doesn't feel right. Gunther has only had mid-card matches his whole main roster career. He needs a big match at Mania, but he has to drop that title, man. I think they're going to go for a Gunther heavyweight title at the Berlin show. I wouldn't put it past like CM Punk versus Gunther as a ruthless heel. If Punk has the title, for instance, right? I just, you got to remember, Jared9, you're trying to attract the casual fan. That's how WWE thinks. You know Dragunov. I'm a big fan of Dragunov. But after WrestleMania, Dragunov would get called up. So now you're talking April. When is the Berlin event? What month is that? The Bash at Berlin, is that in August? I think it's August. So April. So Dragunov would have to come sometime in April. So you have May, June, July, and then so you have 3.5 months to get your audience to care about Dragunov at a big pay-per-view. It's possible. I'm just not. I'm not seeing it, man. It would be you're putting a lot of faith in WWE. That's for damn sure. I don't know if they can pull something like that off. It doesn't look right having Brock go for an IC title. The match is fucking straight fire, for sure. Brock versus Gunther has to happen at some point. I want to see that with no fucking title or for a heavyweight title. And no, Brock should not be winning. I don't know. Jared, I mean, it's not bad. I'll go along with it. It will just be weird to see Brock going for an IC title, and then Dragunov will have to... Dragunov would have to... I don't know. I'm overthinking it a little bit. You guys have to understand, I really like Dragunov. I don't get to catch as much NXT as I would like, but Dragunov is just a special talent. So I'm kind of seeing it on one side, how JR9 is laying it out, but I'm also thinking about how WWE would have to book that for the casual fan to give a fuck about Dragunov. It would have to literally be booked perfectly. I still can't get behind the fact of Brock going for an IC title. It's just so weird. It's just sometimes you shouldn't be going for a consolation prize. Brock has always fought, not just wrestled, for the heavyweight title, right? Brock is a prize fighter. He's always went for a heavyweight title. To see him go for an IC title, I guess the story would be I can't go for that title anyway because Roman still has it. So I'm going to go for the next best thing. And I guess he picks a fight with Gunther. But Brock is more of a bad guy, even though he hugged Cody at SummerSlam. I don't know, man. We're overthinking it a little bit. JR9, you're asking a lot from him, dude. You're putting a lot of stock in him. We'll see, brah. JR9, much love and appreciation, dude. I'm glad I caught that, too. I think I asked you a question at the same time I saw your name in the chat. Look at Dante Jaron 23, Big Nang, Carlos Ray, DJ is a prodigy. There you go. I got everybody, all the coffees. I appreciate you guys big time. We went over 2 hours. We're headed toward 2.5 hours. I did not expect this to go that long. We had a lot of fun, had a lot of good discussion. We remained amplified. I think I just screamed for over 2 hours. Fuck it. That's a lot of fun to me. I hope it was for you. Until next time, guys, and there will be that next time. Top guys, we are out. BC saying check you. Peace. Appreciate you guys, man. Check you. Go long. Go long. And when I say long, you guys got to go real long.